Good day, Philo. Setso is back. Today, I just want us to focus on reduction formulas, cofunctions, and negative angles. Let's say I have this diagram now, like this. See, I know you already know this diagram. Let me extend a bit this side. I know you already know this diagram. The cast rule, you see, we also have the cast rule, whereby now we say all students take coffee. I'm going to start with some reduction formulas, and bear this in mind. I know that you know that we have 0 there, 90, 180, and 270. Lastly, 360 as well. 360 as well. You see? As for reduction formulas, we are going to focus on 180 and 360. You see? Then now, let me start with this quadrant, where now we get cos 360 degrees minus theta. See? In this quadrant, the fourth quadrant, only cos is going to be positive. See? Then we're going to get positive cos theta. Then for sine 360 degrees minus theta is going to be negative sine theta. Then we also have tan 360 degrees minus theta, going to get negative tan theta. You see, we are done. Now let us move to the second quadrant. The only ratio that is going to be negative in 180 minus is going to be sine. Then we are going to get a situation like this. Okay, we are going to get sine 180 degrees minus theta, going to get positive sine theta. See, I hope you can see. Then we also have now cos 180 minus theta. This one is going to be negative cos theta. Lastly, we have tan 180 degrees minus theta. It's going to be negative tan theta, like this. You see, it's going to be negative. Then let us consider now, let us consider 180 plus now. Firstly, let us start with tan 180 degrees plus theta. It's going to be positive tan theta, like this. Then let us do sine 180 degrees plus theta. We're going to get negative sine theta. Then also have cos 180 degrees plus theta. For this one, we are going to get negative cos theta. You see, like this. We have our reduction formulas. Now let us consider our cofunctions now. Our cofunctions, let me just erase a bit to create some space. For our reduction formulas, we are going to get a situation like this now. Don't forget, we have 90 somewhere here. We have 90 degrees over there. Let us start with the first quadrant of let me say 90 sine 90 minus theta going to change into positive cos theta. Then we also have cos 90 degrees minus theta. We get positive sine theta. You see, you need to know these things. Then this side we have sine 90 degrees plus theta. Sine is positive in this quadrant. Its ratio, of course, is going to be positive theta. Then as for cos 90 degrees plus theta, cos is negative in this quadrant, then we are going to get negative sine theta like this. You see? Lastly, let me highlight some negative angles. As for negative angles, we find them in this quadrant, which is cos negative, let me say negative angle like this. Only cos is going to be positive. Then we have sine negative angle, which is negative theta. Lastly, we have tan negative angle, also going to be negative tan theta like this. You see? Now let us go and try to figure out some applications. Consider this one. Okay, consider this one of cos 90 minus theta like this. We have division sine 180 minus theta minus sine squared negative angle. See, let us try and solve this one. We have cos 90 minus, this is a cofunction. Cos 90 minus, we get positive sine. See, you need to know these things. Get positive sine like this. Then on this one we have what? Reduction formula. 180 minus theta. You see, 180 minus theta, we get positive sine 180. Then now we have a situation. Now. On this diagram, we don't have sine squared or something. You see, we only have sine, cos, and tan. We don't have sine squared. But now let me just take you back to the exponent. If I were to give you something like this, I know you know that we can expand this in this format to be x multiplied by x. Because this thing, at the end of the day, it takes us back to sine squared. See, same applies. Let us do this. Let us split this. Is going to be sine negative angle like this. We also have again sine, then do like this, sine negative angle like this. I hope you can see. Sine with sine, it takes us back to sine squared. You see? Then immediately after doing this, we know that this one is gonna divide with this one. We are going to get 1 minus. Then focus now. Focus on this one. We have a negative angle. We have a negative angle of sine. Then it's going to change into negative sine. You see, we are going to get negative sine for this one, theta, Same applies to this one, negative sine theta, like this. You see, negative and negative give us positive, give us positive sine squared theta, like this. At the end of the day, we are going to get something like this. Now this negative multiplied by sine theta, like this. Now we are going back to what? To the identities. By now I think you already know that 1 minus sine squared theta is going to give us cos squared theta. See, just like this, we have managed to solve for this problem. Then now, let me give you another problem. Let's say if now I have cos 180 degrees plus theta multiplied by tan 180 degrees minus theta, like this. Then I have a division sign like this of sine negative theta. Let us solve this problem. Then we have cos 180 plus theta. Let me go to cos 180 plus theta. I get a negative cos theta. You see, cos, and we get negative cos theta. Then as for tan 180 minus theta, then tan 180 minus, I get negative tan, negative tan theta, then negative angle now of sine. Negative angle, we get negative sine theta, like this. See? Okay, we have cos theta like this, multiply by, don't forget that tan can be written in a form of sine theta, a quotient identity, divided by cos theta. Then we have negative sine theta. This cos, you see, this cos is going to cancel this one, you see. Then we have negative multiplied by negative, you must get positive sign. This cancel this, negative with negative is going to be positive, what? Sine theta. Then we have division like this, minus sine theta. At the end of the day, for this one, it's going to cancel. Our answer is going to be negative 1. You see? So simple, isn't it? Then now, let us try another one. Let us try another one. Suppose if now we have cos theta minus 180 degrees, I close, cos 90 degrees minus theta, then I divide by sine 90 degrees plus theta. Then on this one I have sine minus theta minus 180 degrees. How would you solve for this problem? Bear in mind, on these ones, we don't have theta minus sine. We don't have theta minus 180. We only have 180 minus or 180 plus. You see? In a way, we have to try to figure out this one in such a way that it gives us either 180 minus or 180 plus. Let us try to do some math on this one. You see, firstly, you must resolve this thing. Let me do it aside. You see, let me do it aside. Then I'll write the answer there. It's like now I have cos theta like this minus 180 degrees. You see, firstly I'm going to resolve this thing into negative 180 like this plus theta. You see, but still I don't have negative 180. You see, I don't have negative 180. What I can do is I can just isolate this negative like this and close the bracket. Sorry, isolate negative, then close the bracket. Then it's going to be positive 180. It's like I factor out a negative angle, then I'm going to get 180. For us to get positive theta, I must put negative theta like this. You see, then now check, we have a negative angle. You see, for cos negative angle. You see this negative, we have a negative angle, and we know that cos negative angle, it gives us positive cos. You're going to write positive cos, then you write the entire 180 minus theta like this. You see, we have worked out the negative angle. Now we have a reduction formula of 180 minus theta. For 180 minus theta, we know that cos is going to be negative cos theta like this. Then you take this number and write it here, negative cos theta like this. You see, then cos 90 minus is going to be sine theta. This one, it's much easier. Then this one, sine 90 degrees plus theta, we get 90, we get positive cos theta like this. You see, okay, we have another situation now of sine. Same applies. Let us try to work it out. It's like now we have minus theta minus 180 degrees. Firstly, you resolve this into negative 180 minus theta. Do we have negative 180? No. We need to factor out that negative. Let us factor out negative. For us to get negative 180, we must write a positive 180. For us to get a negative angle, we must write, so a negative theta, we must write positive theta like this. Then sine negative angle, we get negative sine of what? Of this reduction formula of 180 degrees plus theta. You see, immediately after doing this, just hide this negative a bit. See, and focus on 180 plus. 180 plus, we get negative sine. You see, it's going to be negative, close bracket, negative sine theta. Negative and negative give us positive sine theta. Then immediately after doing this, you write sine theta there. This gonna cancel this, get 1. Seeing this gonna cancel this. Then lastly, our final answer is going to be negative 1. You see, at this point we have managed to solve our problems. Then I thank you and enjoy your day.